Do you ever find yourself wondering what a biblical day is? Shalom, everyone. Before we get started, I recommend you take what I'm sharing and look at the information for yourself. This is just what we have found from research and study. So, with that, let's go over this together. We'll start with the Hebrew definitions. Yom means day, time, year. Day as opposed to night. Day, 24-hour period, as defined by evening and morning in Genesis chapter 1, as a division of time, a working day, a day's journey. Boker means morning, break of day, of end of night, of coming of daylight, of coming of sunrise, of beginning of day, of bright joy after night of distress. Morrow, next day, next morning. Arab means evening, night, sunset. So, we know there's multiple types of yoms. People often do a search of the word and see these definitions and run with them. But if you are studying, take the time to fact check them, because they're not always accurate. They are great resources, but sometimes scholars can misinterpret the scripture. In this case, the reference states, as defined by evening and morning in Genesis 1. Some even say sunset to sunset. Remember this because it can be leading people to the wrong conclusion. I want you to remember where it says as defined in Genesis 1. So let's take a look at Genesis chapter 1, verse 5 from the NLT. It says, God called the light day and the darkness night, and evening passed and morning came, marking the first day. So stop and ask, why does it only mention evening and morning? That's not a full cycle. So when is God working and creating? If we check the Hebrew words for evening and morning, it shows the words Arab and Boker, or sunset and break of day. So it says, and evening then morning came, which is after God was already creating. So when was God creating? Before evening, which would mean Yom or daytime. So we see God starts his work after the break of day. Then he stops working when evening comes. Then the break of day starts the next day, where he begins creating again, completing a full cycle. Lastly, let's take a look at 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 17. And for this one, we'll be using the English Standard Version for a better understanding. It says, and David struck them down from twilight until the evening of the next day, and not a man of them escaped, except 400 young men who mounted camels and fled. So this verse clearly shows that a new day starts at the break of day. It says David smote them from twilight until the evening of the next day. It shows him already smiting them during twilight, which belonged to the prior day. So the next day could only begin at the break of day, not at sunset. It even says he continued until the evening of the next day, which shows that the day had already begun earlier, and then later it reached its evening. So the next day in this verse can only start at sunrise, not sunset. So hopefully this helps further an understanding on what a day is for you all. And remember, we are children of light.